U-Haul vans are not that fast, but what happens when Chief Jenninson from the Arkansas State Police tries to pit a U-Haul at over 100 miles per hour? Or even the time when 4 idiots stole a U-Haul van and tried to jump off an overpass to their death? There are some truly crazy moments in this video, so here are those insane police chases involving stolen U-Haul vans, of all escape vehicles. On February 7, 2024, at around 5:13 p.m., the Taneytown Police Department in Arkansas assisted with a high-speed pursuit involving a stolen U-Haul van. The suspects, identified as 21-year-old Corey Robert Mercer behind the wheel and 21-year-old Trenton Johnson in the passenger seat, traveling from Michigan, were reportedly pushing speeds exceeding 120 miles per hour. The gravity of the situation was evident as numerous agencies, including Trooper Matthew Foreman and Trooper Brandon Walker, renowned for their assertive pursuit tactics and pit maneuvers, joined the chase. Little did they know that this case would leave them in shock, and that's saying something for these seasoned officers. The high-speed chase, initiated in Locust Grove, Oklahoma, crossed into Springdale, Arkansas. Trooper Foreman took the primary position in the pursuit on Highway 412 Springdale, and he attempted a TVI, Tactical Vehicle Intervention, at almost 100 miles per hour. However, he immediately abandoned the pit maneuver on the U-Haul because they were coming up on a large truck.
You can show me primary speed, eastbound 412, speeds are 100, traffic's getting a little heavy. Looking that way.
Hold L15.
Go ahead.
Denton County's advising to set up for TBI. They firmly declined over.
As the traffic density increased, Corey's driving became more reckless, darting between cars. Aware that the congested conditions made a pit maneuver too risky, Trooper Matthew continued to pursue the U-Haul and waited for a better opportunity. Meanwhile, Trooper Brandon Walker was racing from Fayetteville to Springdale at speeds exceeding 100 miles per hour to join the pursuit. Not far away, Trenton was traveling east down Highway 412 and turned onto Industrial Circle. Trooper Brandon raced towards the chase to intercept them, hoping to box in the suspects.
Turning south on Industrial, south on Industrial.
TBI,
do not rush the vehicle. TBI, do not rush the vehicle. Turning south on Industrial, south on Industrial.
TBI, do not rush the vehicle. TBI, do not rush the vehicle.
Confirming a pit at south on Industrial. 2 miles, 2 miles. Still out, you got away from it. Check my car, one. Check my car. Man carries passenger already.
Trooper Brandon orders the officers to attempt a TVI, but Corey catches them off guard, skillfully maneuvering and evading the officers, causing police cruisers to bump into each other in the confusion. It's chaotic, and despite over 10 police vehicles attempting a TVI, their efforts are in vain. As Corey and Trenton successfully turn back onto Highway 412, traveling eastbound. The chase intensifies even further as they drive in oncoming lanes, narrowly avoiding a head-on collision, speeding towards 5613 West Sunset Avenue. Trooper Foreman is forced to catch up to retake the primary position in the chase. Taneytown police officer Chief Corey Jenninson takes charge and remains in pursuit for about 6 minutes until the unexpected occurs. He's about to experience one of the most dangerous events that could take place in a police pursuit.
No.
not yet. We're top down here.
After Trenton made a turn onto Interstate 49, Chief Jennison, positioned at the initial point of contact, tried a pit maneuver. According to the tracker, he's going at speeds of about 100 miles per hour. Unfortunately, Chief Jennison's front bumper becomes momentarily entangled with the U-Haul van, resulting in him completely losing control of his patrol vehicle. The maneuver sends his car rolling 4 times. Thankfully, Chief Jennison is okay.
No, not yet.
49 northbound. TBI at scales. Started 1016, Tommy Town unit direct out, rolled over.
Start simple, what's price on here? Right here, Kenny.
The pursuit lasted for over an hour, spanning approximately 60 miles, 96 kilometers, from Locust Grove to Springdale. Due to the damages incurred, 4 patrol vehicles were taken out of commission. Ultimately, Corey and Trenton were arrested and found to be in possession of firearms and Molotov cocktails. The duo were also wanted in Westland, Michigan for attempting to run over multiple police officers. Corey Mercer and Trenton Johnson faced several charges, and thankfully, these guys were taken off the street. Chief Jennison was treated at a local hospital and released with minor injuries. Even with 10 officers on the case, apprehending Corey and Trenton proved to be quite the challenge. However, these police officers succeeded, leading the culprits straight to jail. This makes me think of a similar scene that unfolded in Miami-Dade, Florida, where cops tried several pit maneuvers just to stop a stolen U-Haul van. On November 9th, 2023, around 1:03 p.m., Corporal Sierra was on patrol as a member of the Criminal Interdiction Unit in Miami-Dade County, Florida. Around 2:20 p.m., law enforcement requested assistance from the Florida Highway Police to respond to a pursuit involving a stolen U-Haul cargo van. The vehicle, stolen out of Broward County, had been linked to multiple thefts and battery on a Homestead police officer. The chase would span the distance of 14 miles from Coles on Southwest 117th Avenue all the way up to Ronald Reagan Turnpike and ending at the bridge over Northwest 114th Street. Corporal Sierra was staged on the northbound entrance ramp from Southwest 88th Street. Upon staging, he identified the van passing at a high rate of speed, followed by several patrol vehicles. Immediately, he began to overtake until he became primary in the chase. The pursuit unfolded after a Coles loss prevention officer alerted the police about a theft, where a group was caught shoplifting at Coles. The daring group of 4, identified as 33-year-old Norbert Ball, 38-year-old Shanuka Gordon, 36-year-old Jermal Stennett, and the driver of the vehicle, 36-year-old McCall Wilson, were involved. After stealing as much as they could, they fled in their U-Haul van, and the chase was on.
As soon as he slows down a little bit, I'm gonna go forward. Keep forward. Careful,
Traveling at 100 miles per hour, Corporal Sierra advised a pit maneuver, deeming it necessary as they were heading towards traffic. However, little did they realize that the U-Haul wouldn't be that easy to stop, as they performed not 1, not 2, but 3 pit maneuvers before they could halt the stolen U-Haul van.
continue, Miami-Dade, right, so still continue.
Approaching the exit of Northwest 106th Street, the vehicle executed an aggressive lane change from the outside lane to the inside lane. As the vehicle slowed down in front, McCall intentionally forced their way between the concrete median wall and a silver Toyota Camry, resulting in a sideswipe. Reacting swiftly, a police officer conducted a pit maneuver by deliberately making contact between the front left side of his patrol vehicle and the rear right side of McCall's vehicle. This caused the U-Haul van to veer to the right side of the roadway, where McCall momentarily regained control. K-9 Trooper Alvarez continued the pursuit alongside Trooper Cancio and Corporal Sierra. Corporal Sierra executed a successful pit maneuver, immobilizing the fleeing vehicle and leading to the apprehension of all 4 individuals.
Subject's not stopping, man. Stand by, stand by. What that? That's a 33-4, 33-4. Back with ready to be advised, we're at 46 traffic. Back with 8-9.
Jamal approached the overpass ledge, tempting fate once more. Moments later, he found himself dangling over the edge of the wall. The startling scene prompted FHP troopers and Homestead police officers to swiftly transition from apprehension to rescue mode before proceeding to arrest the 4 suspects. They were compelled to switch to life-saving measures when one of the individuals threatened to jump off the turnpike, and it wasn't a short drop. A jump would cause serious harm. Luckily, all 4 suspects were arrested. McCall Tarashi Wilson was charged with fleeing and attempting to elude police at high speed, battery, aggravated bodily harm with a deadly weapon, aggravated assault of a law enforcement officer, retail theft greater than $750, grand theft in the 3rd degree, and resisting officer with violence. Jamal Calvin Stennett was charged with retail theft greater than $750, and additional charges for dangling off the overpass. Shaneka Oretha Gordon was charged with retail theft with a prior conviction, retail theft greater than $750. Norbert Alfonso Ball was charged with retail theft greater than $750. They were put on trial and found guilty, forcing them to do the time. But if you think this chase was stupid enough, then you haven't seen the case where 2 thieves in Orange County, California took reckless driving to a whole new level in their attempt to evade capture after stealing a U-Haul van. On January 9, 2024, 2 individuals were apprehended following a high-speed chase involving a stolen U-Haul truck across Orange and Los Angeles counties on Tuesday. The pursuit spanned a distance of almost 17 miles, 27 kilometers, and kicked off at around 3:50 p.m. after the suspects reportedly stole from a Kohl's store in Seal Beach Boulevard and fled in the U-Haul. Hey, what's with U-Haul getaways and stealing from Kohl's, man? Deputies from the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department joined the chase as the driver struck other vehicles in an attempt to escape. The duo drove recklessly, weaving through traffic, disregarding traffic stops and lights, and reaching speeds of 75 miles per hour or more on surface streets. This made it hard for police officers to keep up with them as they attempted to evade capture, even doubling their speed at times. They made their way onto Valley View Street and eventually onto Westminster Boulevard. Throughout their escape attempt, police remained uncertain about the contents of the U-Haul truck they were hauling. As the pursuit progressed and the traffic became more congested, the driver of the stolen U-Haul truck narrowly avoided a collision with a truck near 2nd Street in the Marina area. Despite the increased traffic, the driver continued to weave dangerously through the congested streets. This all led to a particularly dangerous and dramatic move. The driver attempted to shake off pursuing units by leaping over the center median, executing a U-turn, and now driving in the opposite direction. This prompted additional units to join the chase. Reversing course once more, the driver headed back westbound, seemingly convinced that these maneuvers would outsmart the pursuing police. However, despite his efforts, law enforcement managed to maintain pace as he crossed Long Beach Marina. The pursuit persisted as the driver navigated through a parking lot off Pomona Avenue and raced through an alleyway behind Covina Avenue near 2nd Street, a bustling commercial district. Eventually, the driver turned into a residential neighborhood where the chase seemed to be reaching its conclusion, with law enforcement closing in. As the pursuit came to an end near the Belmont Park area in Long Beach, both the driver and the passenger abandoned the vehicle, convinced they could evade capture and escape unnoticed after stealing the U-Haul van. Little did they know, a helicopter had been monitoring their movements. Shortly afterward, the police arrived and the driver realized he was caught. He surrendered near East Powley Way and Marina Park Lane in the Marina area of Orange County. Authorities arrested the driver without further incident. While police were apprehending the driver, his passenger attempted to slip away, walking slowly down a nearby street. However, law enforcement officers were quick to react, and the passenger was also taken into custody. The driver was wanted for suspected felony evasion and possibly for the theft of the U-Haul. The specifics of the charges against the passenger were not clearly outlined, but both individuals were associated with the stolen U-Haul truck and its high-speed pursuit. If you like this video, then you have to see the time when people crashed in high-speed chases. Click the video on screen before it disappears. Don't forget to subscribe.